What is the most important characteristic a commander-in-chief must
Steadiness.
possess?
An absolute rock steadiness, and mixed with strength to be able to make the hard decisions, because I've had the unique experience of watching and working with several presidents. And these are not easy decisions. If they were, they wouldn't get to the president in the first place.
What is the most important characteristic a commander-in-chief must possess?
Well, I've built a great company. I've been all over the world. I've dealt with foreign countries. I've done very well, as an example, tremendously well dealing with China and dealing with so many of the countries that are just ripping this country. They are just taking advantage of us like nobody's ever seen before. And I've had great experience dealing on an international basis. I look today and I see a Russian plane circling our planes. They're taunting us. I think the main thing is I have great judgment. I have good judgment. I know what's going on.
What is your plan to defeat ISIS?
We have to defeat ISIS. That is my highest counterterrorism goal. And we've got to do it with air power. We've got to do it with much more support for the Arabs and the Kurds who will fight on the ground against ISIS. We have to squeeze them. They are not going to get ground troops. We are not putting ground troops into Iraq ever again, and we're not putting ground troops into Syria. We're going to defeat ISIS without committing American ground troops. So those are the kinds of decisions we have to make on a case-by-case basis.
What is your plan to defeat ISIS?
Take the oil. If we would have taken the oil, you wouldn't have ISIS, because ISIS formed with the power and the wealth of that. And we're the only ones. We go in, we spend $3 trillion, we lose thousands and thousands of lives, and then, Matt, what happens is we get nothing. You know, it used to be to the victor belong the spoils. Now, but I always said, take the oil.
That's your plan to defeat ISIS?
Well, the generals under Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have not been successful. I think under the leadership of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, the generals have been reduced to rubble. They have been reduced to a point where it's embarrassing for our country.
Mr. Trump, what's your plan?
I have a plan, but I don't want to. Look, I have a very substantial chance of winning. Make America great again. We're going to make America great again. I have a substantial chance of winning. If I win, I don't want to broadcast to the enemy exactly what my plan.
Secretary Clinton, will our streets be safer after 4 years of your presidency than they are today?
We've got to have an intelligence surge, and we've got to get a lot more cooperation. We also have to do a better job combating ISIS online. We need to work with Silicon Valley. We need to work with our experts in our government. We have got to disrupt. We have got to take them on in the arena of ideas. So we need to wage this war against ISIS from the air, on the ground, and online in cyberspace.
Mr. Trump, will you be ready to make the decision that puts American lives in harm's way?
I think it's the most difficult decision you can possibly ever make. You're talking about death, and we're talking death to not just our side. We're talking death all over. I would be very, very cautious. I think I'd be a lot slower. I think it's a tremendous burden. I think there is no greater burden than anybody could have. And, you know, my theme is make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We've also got to make America strong again.